About to go out. She's friggin' flat today. Alright, let's get the boat ready and get it wet. Fish on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, just leaving Port Hughes. It's a bit of an overcast, gloomy day, but the water is flat. There isn't much wind around today. I got an early start because Mrs. got a late start for work, so she's taken early to kindy. So I thought I'd get out early and see if I can get a morning bite. So you guys just sitting at the ramp deciding on what to do. Might be a bit of like swell still around or a bit of sea. Just because it's been blowing its ass off for the last 2 days with squalls of rain coming through, etc, etc. As you can see, there's still a bit of wave action. Nothing too exciting. Still a bit of rain over there. So might be a bit of snot around today, but we're on the water, so that's a plus. Going to try and get a feed of gar, whiting, and then try for some sharks again. That's the plan. So alright, I'll turn this off until we get set up. Yep. Alright guys, we've just got here. It's still a bit rocking and rolling, but that's what we've found. Hopefully they're whiting that one a plate. I did get one rod in and got a bite straight away while I was setting up the other one. I didn't bore you through the putting rigs on. Nothing like a clean set of hooks to start the morning with. Like the last couple of days, it's wind against tide, so we've got the last, I don't know, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of the run out tide, and the swell and what little bit of wind there is around is coming from the south. So the boat's facing into the breeze, so it's not too bad, besides makes the boat a bit rocky and rolly. But it's all good. Probably get on the big jobs. The wind is meant to pick up just after lunch, so I'm hoping I can get a bit of a feed before then. Good. A couple of inquiries to start off with straight away. Come on, fish. They're not real biting hard, they're just playing with it. Trying to get some of the squid out that might last a bit longer on the hook. You can see that. A bit of a mixed bag of bait left over from the last trip. This is just Californian squid, little ones that you buy. Those over there. Yeah, fancy that. Clean hooks. Just going with a bit of squid. Cockle on top. Theory is they come and smash the cockle and come back for the squid. So there we go. Let the boat catch a fish. Got to share the love. Try again. Alright, I might turn the camera off until we get some decent action. I'm pretty sure no one wants to sit here and watch me just bait up hooks and lose it. My daughter would. She thinks it's hilarious. But, alright, I'll turn this off until we get some actual fish action. Alright guys, because the whiting were being a bit slack, I thought, oh, occasionally I've done that and there's been a shark hanging around, so I thought, oh, I'll put a squid down. What have we got? Nah, that's what keeps taking my bait. There's pesky little red brim that we don't have in South Australia. I was hoping for like a gummy shark, scaring the whiting around. That's the reason why they're being... Beautiful little fish. Alright, I have to move away from this spot too. Alright, that wasn't very exciting. Alright, I'll turn it off until something exciting happens. Alright guys, we're moving. Sound looks unreal, but it's just a snapper which I can't keep over here in SA, so we're going to move. Still gloomy. See how we go. Alright, I'll turn this back on when we get to spot 2, and maybe I'll go and chase some garfish first. I'm not sure yet. I'll go and have a look. Alright, I'll turn this back on when we get fishing. Well, this is probably a first for catching out here. Starting to think I'm on deadliest catch. Let's see if I can get him in the boat. Big spider crab. Pretty cool looking creature. Hello. Sailhawks, they catch everything. There we go. You're gonna be famous, dude. Alright. There we go. Put him back. Cool looking things. Stay away from other lines. Alright, that's how slow the fishing is. I'm getting excited about a crab. Alright, so it looks like we might have something that resembles a fish. Maybe. Got a kick anyway. Oh, I think I just lost it. Oh no. Big old leather jacket. I reckon I had two of them because I've lost the hook on that one. Some people like eating them. I'm not a fan. Alright, bit of excitement. I did catch a dog shark before. I thought it was just a big clump of weed. But so far it's been pretty average. In the bin. Alright, I'll turn this off until we catch something else. Alright, bye. I've been playing around with this rod for a little bit. Now I thought it was just a big clump of weed because I wasn't doing anything. Now it's growing a tail. No, still a lump of weed. Maybe the tail got off, or I'm dreaming. I think the other rod's getting a bit of an inquiry. No, I reckon he got off. Oh, probably another leathery because I lost the other hook. As you can see by the way the rod's bending, that's how much current there is at the moment out here. Out a bit wide. But I'll put another rig on this one and we'll get back into it. I'll put this back on when I actually know there's a fish. Alright guys, so we're at spot 3. The tide was just ripping too hard out there with too much weed, so come into Birchit Island or Tipperary Lighthouse. Try for some gar and whatever else I can sort of find. Get some burley in the water. Bit of powder. The gar love the powder. Bit of tuna oil. Hardest thing with an overcast day is just knowing how close to the reef I am because you can't see it. But as you can tell by the waves breaking there, I'm relatively close because the edge of the reef might be a couple of meters, a few meters behind me, hopefully. Just get this rod out of the way. Doesn't want to fit that. That up there out of the way. Get this one out. Alright, where's my float gone? Over there. Might take a little bit for the garies to roll up. Yeah. Get some pillies. This is also where I caught my drummer the other week, so I might, while the tide's flowing out deep, I'll come in. Let's have a bit of fun. It's always options. Chum it up a bit. Still frozen. bit of scent in the water. Oh, really down there. Seagulls are excited. At least there's some sort of action here. Tangle at the end of the line. There we go. Water looks pretty dirty. We've had a few days of wind and rain and storms cruising through. I'll leave that there, see if anything exciting happens. Yeah, this one's a bit manky. Alright, I'll turn the GoPro off until we get some sort of fish action. And then when the action... Whoop, I must have mentioned I was turning the camera off when the fish come in. And I've got a couple of sweep down here already. Okay, false alarm. I'll turn the camera off until we hook something exciting. Alright, since that, it's all happening. Just got this nice sized Tommy. Beautiful Tommy. Stick that there. Fillet of... You know the Tommies are good when that's what they're taking for bait. Whee! Other rod's going off. Ah, little Tommy. Just take a little bit of work time for the burley to start work. We'll keep that one for bait. Big Tommies I use for food. Little ones I use for bait for when we get to do some deep water stuff, which hopefully we get some weather windows soon, if not the new year. We've got some couple of holidays planned, going to Tumby Bay on the Eyre Peninsula, and then big trips going to Scale Bay on the west coast. You'll want to hang around for that one and make sure you tell your mates to subscribe. Hopefully we'll have some tuna, kingfish, Samson. Hooked a mako there last year, or this year. Sensational fishing. Just need the weather gods to play nice. Oh, the sun's coming out for the first time today. Fish are all over it. What have I hooked out of them all? Ah, drummer. Let's see if we can land this one. Yeah, where's he gone? Under the boat. Oh, reefed me. I know, I'll pull the hook. Oh no, bit me off. No hook. That's okay. That's what we get on the big jobs. Cut that bottom of the trace off. Throw it in the bin. That's the reason why the drummer, I like it. It's a challenge. It's not everyone's cup of tea to come and chase these, but if you're ever out at Tipper Lighthouse and you've got your bag full of gar and all your other fish, come and have a crack. Bit of fun. There's some stonkers down there. I'm only fishing 2 kilo lines. Trying for a state record of some description. Oop, he's at the bait. Is he going to swallow it? No. His mates to come and fight for it. Nah, they got me. Be cool if I could get a camera that could sit under the boat, like where I'm fishing, so you can watch. I'd love a camera that you could tow behind when we go tuna fishing, and you could have it on your line, like near your lure somewhere. That would be cool. So you can see the take of the tuna coming up behind it. Ah, first garfish of the day. I think they've been there, I just haven't been concentrating because I was playing with the drummer. I don't know if you can see all the fish down there, but it's like an aquarium. I did get some underwater footage, but the SD card shut itself, so I'm just formatting that and I'll have another crack. There we go, another one. You swallowed it. Give me my hook. No. There we go. Enough bait on there. As I said last time, we were catching gar like that, was just twisting the float. They don't generally sometimes pull the float under. They just sit there and they just suck on it. Just give the, I don't know if you can see that, just give the line a quick, if there's any bit of weight on there, give it a quick flick. no, missed him. My float might be twisted. Better get my, these are handy. The other day I actually had a couple of too many extras guards because new bag limits, I've never taken 30, but now I always used to take like 15 to 20, and then yeah, 20 minutes of catching them I was a couple over. So make sure I've got the counter going. Same problem with gar fishing, it's all fast and furious when they're on. It's easy to lose track, a bit like the whiting back when we could catch 30 for a boat limit. Alright, I'll see if this camera's formatted. It's still formatting. Alright, I'll pull it out and crunch up your pilly, fresh it out. Can't half tell these pillies have been in and out of the freezer a few times. The sweep demolished my bait before the drummer had a chance. It's a bit rude. Alright, we'll throw out the bit of chum. Keep the sweep happy. And then we'll throw the bit with the hook in it. I still think the sweeper nailing it. Yep. Oh, got an inquiry on this rod. Ah. I think there's that many sweep here now, they're scaring the garfish off. Alright, I'll turn this off for a little while unless anything exciting happens. You've seen me catch gar. If I hook a drummer and we get excited, I'll turn it back on. Alright, I've seemed to have got a bit of a groove on now. And I think I just hooked a sweep on this rod on literally a bare hook. It was just sitting there, not doing anything, no bait on it, and I hooked a sweep with the bare hook. Proves if the fish are hungry, little baby sweep, they will take anything. Alright, back to the garfish. Oh, missed that one. Seems I've sort of got them fired up just over. The hardest thing is I keep, Tommy, because I'm sort of fishing into the breeze, I keep losing contact with the float because Line just keeps wrapping around the end of the rod. You can tell the wind's picked up a little bit and the tide's starting to slow because the boat was facing this way before, now it's facing that way. It's always the way. The fish are camera shy. I turn the camera off and it's like dong dong dong, like one after each other. I've got a few in there now. I think the gar are a bit shy to come too close to the boat because of all the sweep and drummer. And there's must be something else out there because they keep jumping, so I figure there might be some snook, something bigger around the area. Oh, you lovely fish. Take the hook and stay hooked. But they're definitely there. So if you're coming out to Port Hughes, come out to the lighthouse, bit of Burley, and you'll get a feed of gar pretty easy. There we go, that's better. Some of them are really good sized gar too. Big red beaks. Give them a squeeze, get rid of most of the crap. Put that in the water for Burley. Maybe throw another gent or two on. Good old maggots. See how quickly I can get on. I need a GoPro with a zoom on it so I can zoom in on so you can see what the float's doing, because it's not doing a lot, as I've said. Occasionally the gar will pull underwater, but normally they just twist it. Just give it a quick flick, see if there's any weight there, because they're just quite often just sucking on the bait. Oops. There we go. Oh, that one's pulling a bit harder. Oh, Tommy. Pulled the hook. Give the Burley a bit of just a twist. Keep the scent out there. Oh, definitely camera shy. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Turn the camera off. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Hey, first time casting. There. turn the camera off, and I'll get a few more gar, and then I'll have another crack at the trevally for a bit of excitement. And then when the tide changes, we'll go back out to the shark / whiting spot and try again. Ooh. Alright, I'll catch you soon. Shows up because it's a bit overcast today, but we'll have a look. Alright, so I saw something a bit bigger chasing some of the smaller fish around, so I just put an unweighted pilly, about half a pilly down, thinking it was a snook or something, so I'm not sure. I reckon I've just hooked, bloody snapper. Can't get past them. Go to my whiting grounds, I get snapper. Come to a reef with other fish and reef species, still get snapper. I know they hang around here, but I hadn't seen one in the burley with all the other fish. Another gar. It's all happening. Look. I hooked a couple of stonker gar, but I pulled the hook just as I tried to lift them out of the water. Which is frustrating, but that's fishing. Got a good run, but pulled the hook. That's frustrating. Just got this sort of dangling because the snook is just coming through and just smashing and stuff. So I just got it dangling in the current. Oh, there we go. Bloody snapper again. Little ones. Painful. I swear. Oh, pricked me. I cut that one a bit small. I'll put a head up. That'll work. Alright guys, shifted a couple of other spots, just trying to find some fish, and thought, wind's picked up, so I thought I'll come in a bit closer, see if the whiting want to play. Oop. Oh, looks like I've hit the nursery. Oh, 32, just. Bit of action. This is where I did get a few undersized the other afternoon I was out. But I did get a 40 in here. So you never know. Try again. Oh, missed him. Must be small. I keep missing the hook. Or they've got my bait now, I'm not sure. There we go. Ah, beautiful fish. Not what we want. These are commonly known as weedy whiting or wrasse. Well, beautiful fish. I'll show you, try and get some light on it. Oh, beautiful blues. Put him back. When I was a kid, I caught a heap of those off a jetty. The killer, I caught a heap of whiting. Took them back home. Dad goes, "Ah, shit." Threw them in the bin. I was devoed. Throw it back down there. So the tide, I've come in a bit closer, so the tide looks like it's already sort of swung around, so it's an incoming tide now with the breeze, so it's a bit better for fishing. But it is blowing 15 knots, so it's not unfishable, it's just slow going anyway. Ooh, there we go, another one. Ooh, that one's illegal. I reckon, maybe.
Romeo 508, sea rescue, Copper Coast and follow route. To right with a forecast for Spencer coastal waters, please get the channel 73.
No, just under. Put them in there. I'm going to tag a couple. As I said in a previous video, just trying to tag a few of the whiting in different areas. So then when this bloom finishes, see if they pop up anywhere else. Also in shallowish water, if you put a few back, it sort of spooks the school and they disappear or go off the bite. So I put them in a bucket full of water. Deeper water I find it doesn't matter, I think they mustn't get spooked so much. Dummy. Put a bit of pilly on it. No, it's not going to sit there. It's too slimy. Too smushy, smushy, soft. You get the drift. Not biting real hard, but they're there. Put in the rod holder. Got a pilly just cruising around. Oh, that's all stuffed up. Just trying for some snoot, fresh shark bait. But the fish are going to be finicky. Put another whiting rig down. Get some more cockles out. Took my bait and made a knot. Try a bit of pilly tail, might get a bigger one. They're quick, the little bastards, as soon as it hits the floor. Must have hooked the bottom. I do have an oversized sinker for this depth of water. I'll go back down a little. Two, that will do. Alrighty. Sure, this one's been baited. Yep. Alright, I'll get this in the water and then I'll sort those two whiting out. Put a tag in them, get all the info I need. Another weighty, oh no, another shitty. I've got a couple of whitings, so I thought, oh, I forgot to press the camera. Then when I do press the camera, I got a shitty. Here's bait. That's what keeps taking my bait. Fighting between them and the whiting. That's alright. They'll make some good bait. Turn them into something bigger. I'll just throw a handful of tide's not doing a lot, so that should just go straight down. What have I got? Yeah, I got 4 whiting. They're not big, they're just legals. But legal's legal. Big ones are nice, but get more meat off them. But I couldn't be bothered going back out wide, punching into the snot. What do we got here? Is this another whiting or another shitty? Oh, it looks like a what? Oh, it's a snook. I was chasing with that, with the pilly. It's made a mess of my whiting rig. Yeah, shark bait. Alright, we'll check this rod, because that other rig's going to take a bit to get sorted. I checked this one before, it was just sitting there and had a whiting sitting on it. Getting a bit of a mixed bag in there. Got a bag full of gar, a few nice sized tommies, snook, and a few whiting. Yeah. Alright, I'll turn the camera off while I deal with that. Plus I need to have a toilet break. You don't need to see that. I didn't quite get to the toilet break. Literally as I turned the camera off, this rod went off. So this might be our 5th whiting. Oh, baby. He was born a couple of days ago. Damn you, little bud. I won't even whack a tag in him. Oop. Alright. I'll get this one back in the water and then I'll attempt that toilet break. Cockles. Whoop. Throw them on the hook. These are still frozen, but they'll thaw out pretty quick at the bottom. They're just a bit hard to try and put on the hook. Alright. Alright. I'll turn the camera off and get to that toilet break. Alright, toilet break complete. This rod was going nuts whilst I was having my bathroom break. Have a nice whiting. He might go illegal. If not, he's big enough to put a tag in. I have my hook, dude. Just open your mouth. There we go. Oh, 32, just 32. We'll keep him. That's my bag, then I don't have to worry about it. Alright, I'm going to tidy up all this mess and then work out what we're going to do next. Thanks guys. Alright guys, I think I'm going to head in. A bit too bumpy. I was going to go and chase some eagle rays, but I thought I had 5 whiting. I had 4. All good. That's enough for a feed with my garfish and tommies. Don't need to be greedy. I tagged 3 whiting that were big enough and threw back a few, so that spot's obviously not known for monsters, but it's not out too far, so a bit sheltered from the Cape Elizabeth over there from the land. So cool. Alright, I'll get these scaled up and in a live tank and we'll shoot back in. Alright guys, I came in here about an hour ago, just trying for an eagle ray. Because I'm in the game club, you got to catch an eagle ray for your boat points and stuff. It's not something I've actually spent a lot of time chasing. They're more of a bycatch when you're going for salmon or other stuff. I reckon I saw one just cruising past the boat before. I got a bit like old frames and stuff in a burley bag or scaling bag, just been chopping up some pillies. But I reckon I'm going to call it a day. It's been a long day. Got up at 5 o'clock to get Ellie's stuff ready for school, so when Sian got out of bed she just had to take her to school. If you've got any hints or comments on chasing eagle rays, it's not something I've done a lot of. Feel free to comment. Favourite baits or rigs, or I thought being rays they're just scavengers, you just throw bloody old stinky bait out or anything and they just come wandering. But so I've tried here like on the weed lines. I'm in a, I don't know, 1.5 meters of water. Just not far from the Port Hughes boat ramp. I did try a couple of Ks the other side of the boat ramp the other day. Just ended up with a school of Tommies behind the boat from the Burley. But yeah, alright, I'll sign off from today. So yeah, alright, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, bye.